So just some races to watch out for. 10:03, the final of the women's 8. 10:18, the final of the women's single scull. And then Alan Campbell at 10:33 comes down in the final of the men's single scull. A couple of changes which we'll tell you about closer to the time in the men's 8. They'll finish off the morning at 10:48. Meanwhile,
these are the world champions.
China in 5. It's a new young national crew, Netherlands in lane number 6. Green light signals the start away, first time women's quadruple sculls. And Italy in 1, Switzerland in 2, Great Britain, Catherine Granger leading out the quartet in lane number 3, Ukraine, the world champions, going in 4, China in 5, Netherlands in lane number 6, there's China in lane number 5. Just a new young national crew here, still though, look at that, not bad timing at all to be playing up here on the international circuit, international level, Netherlands in 6.
Well, Ukraine were 1 second faster qualifying in the semi-finals yesterday. They were 1 second faster than Great Britain. And remember, the stern pair of the British quad have already raced and won a gold medal in the double scull. And they've only had, what, an hour and a half turnaround. So they're going to be feeling it in the legs. But once they get through the halfway point, they'll be well in the race and be fine. But they've still got all that lactic acid that built up in their legs in what was a very, very commanding performance earlier on in the day.
It's Ukraine in lane number 4, 3 of last year's World Championship boats returning, including Yana Dementieva in the stroke seat. Netherlands, 2 crews though starting to show their position as we come towards the 500-meter mark. Ukraine, the world champions, bottom of the picture. Great Britain there in lane number 3. The 2 middle boats, the bottom boats. Ukraine, the top boats. Great Britain. So the British crew take it through the 500-meter mark from Ukraine. Switzerland, lane at number 2, in 3rd position.
Well, that was 100th of a second. It's pretty close between these two.
It was whoever had the blade in the water going through at that time. Now the British crew really just relax here. Good start. They're with the world champions. World champions contained. It's about getting a good rhythm in this second 500 meters, keeping the length, checking the detail, just the smaller points. There'll be a push between 750 and 1,000 meters.
Ukraine at 32 strokes a minute. It's very steady. And it makes you think that they've got something in hand over the second half. Great Britain are a few strokes a minute higher, and Ukraine looks very confident sitting there, about a third of a length up.
I think the ominous thing for Great Britain is that they're pretty much around the same rate, but the speed of Ukraine, the world champions, is just that much better. They're just a little bit more efficient within their rhythm. Great shot, looking from behind at this women's quadruple scull, the world champions. And the push that we thought was going to come early from Great Britain. And the British crew now pushing on in towards the 1,000-meter mark, the halfway mark of this women's quadruple scull. So bows over, first halfway, 1,000 down, 1,000 to go, final the women's quadruple scull. Great Britain from the Ukraine. Ukraine are the world champions, so it'll now be for them to respond. But the British crew now are out to about a quarter of a length. They've just stepped it up. And the enormously powerful Catherine Granger in the stroke seat of the British crew from St Andrews, just driving it on here. Backed up well, Anna Watkins from Leander Club, Beth Rodford from Gloucester Rowing Club, and Annie Vernon in the bow seat. Vernon and Rodford will may well end up being a double scull. Just depends on which crew they go in, whether Watkins and Granger go in the double scull. 2 others then joining Vernon and Rodford.
It was a good move at halfway. They moved up to 34 strokes a minute at about 1,100 meters and just pushed ahead, and it caught the Ukraine just slightly unawares. They've responded now, Ukraine. They've gone up to 34 strokes a minute as well, but they are actually being well led, and the British quad looks quite confident.
Very confident scull so far from the British crew, leading the world champions. So with every stroke that they take, realizing the confidence just grows, realizing the importance of what they're doing here. Nice shot there. Look how that, Dan, just looking at that shot.
It's terrific. I was just thinking the same thing. Just such a good shot. They're so well together. They're really moving nicely, and it's so confident. Remember, the stern pair have already raced an hour and a half ago in the double, so this is very, very good. Very strong squad, this British women's sculling squad.
500 meters remain in this final of the women's quadruple scull, and Great Britain's Annie Vernon, Beth Rodford, Anna Watkins and Catherine Granger lead the world champions from Ukraine in lane at number 4. And just going into that mark, Beth Rodford in the 2C just made a call, and the British crew have pushed on again. You can see that's a great move here. Look at the legs go down, the body swings back, and you just press it through the stretcher, through the feet, and the boat runs on nicely. And again, Beth from the 2 seat, just making another call of encouragement, and the British crew now will soon be at a length over the world champions with about 300 meters remaining. Look at the boat speed. The red indicates the speed of Great Britain over the Ukraine.
They've got up to 36 strokes a minute here, and what confidence Catherine Granger has got from being a single sculler last year and getting a silver medal. She's so different now here, dominant woman in the world at the moment.
Italy are in this race, well out the back. Switzerland really haven't shown either. Ukraine, the world champions, are struggling. China, the young boat in lane number 5, not living with this international pace. Likewise, Netherlands in lane number 6. They have dominated from the 1,000-meter mark in the second half. They really, if you look at the faces, that gives it all away. The sheer composure as the British quadruple scull, led by Catherine Granger, just sculls up to the line. They can enjoy this moment over the world champions. Ukraine are going to get the second position today. It's gold to Great Britain in the quadruple scull. It's a nice victory over Ukraine, the world champions from last year, and just over into our third position. We'll wait for the full confirmation there. It might well have been Switzerland. Switzerland get the bronze medal.
Gary, that was so impressive. I'm sending shivers down my spine, that, because I think this is going to be Catherine Granger's Olympiad. You know, she started off as a single silver medal last year. She's taken 2 gold medals from this World Cup against the world champions in this quad. She is really flying, and I think the confidence that is going to come out of the women's sculling group here is going to be terrific. I just think that they are really on a roll.
You just compare there the reaction from Switzerland finishing in 3rd place. So Great Britain first, Ukraine second, Switzerland third. The main takeaway from the British crew was that it was a confident row all the way through. Really just stuck to the plan. The plan was to get the gold, execute that. They've done that in very, very good style.